Well, the intro sounds like two robots having sex behind the Harris Theater in Newfoundland, but we're here. We're
Yeah,
not.
I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, that was You ever see Futurama?
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah, that if Bender was orgasming, I feel like that's what that would sound like. Like also short circuiting while he was orgasming. That's what that would sound like there. We'll get with our tech team. By tech team, I mean you, and we'll figure out what's going on with that there. But hey, welcome inside the Let's Not Do This podcast for Thursday, February 29th, year of our Lord 2024. You got the big O, Leon Oliver, sitting alongside Scotty Too Hottie. How are you, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad. Happy Leap Day.
Hey, happy Leap Day. You know anybody that was born on Leap Day?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
I have a fraternity brother that was born on Leap Day, and I think his actual age maybe like 7 or something now in terms of like actual birthdays that he's had. Not quite sure, but that would be actually pretty fucked up if your birthday was February the 29th. I would hate it.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. I do know somebody. I remember asking them like when they celebrate their birthday.
Yeah,
yeah. Do you think
the pick?
What?
Did you get the pick? Do you go the 28th? Do you go the 1st? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I guess birthdays. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think racist people like hate Leap Day?
Well, because Black History Month gets one more day. Uncle Ruck is sitting there right now. It's like every 4 years they get damn one more day.
Like how many days? They're like, how many days do they need? Jeez.
Well, we've come a long way from the old Negro History Week that it used to be. So every 4 years you get an extra day. Yeah. Sorry for all the slavery. Here's one more day.
Yeah.
In the words
of the shortest month. It's still the shortest month, though.
That might be racist. All right. Well, we're here. We're live. We're streaming on YouTube and Facebook, and it was supposed to be Rumble right now, Scotty, but apparently Rumble is not rumbling well with us right now. So I'll have to figure that one out as well. But I figured out I'll just unsubscribe from everything and never do it again.
Yeah, they must have heard the Leap Day comment.
I don't know if any platform will let that fly. It'll be all Rumble there. So I don't know. We'll figure out what's going on there. But all right. So Chris is somewhere, hopefully in a ditch, face down somewhere. He'll be joining us a little bit later on, probably stuffing his face with some sort of food and laxatives. But we got a few things to hit on this afternoon. Scotty, your football team has a new name for a stadium, or doesn't have a name for a stadium?
Yeah, I guess FedEx ended the deal or sponsorship or whatever you want to call it a couple years early. Why would you do that now? Like Snyder leaves, we're starting to finally make some improvements to the stadium and trying to turn things around, new owner, and now they want to take off on it. It's weird.
I think it was probably just they don't want their name associated, even though like all the bad stuff with the franchise. The stadium is a piece of shit. Like there's sewage leaking on people. People are almost, falling and dropping elbows on Jalen Hurts. Like it's all kinds of bad stuff going on there. If you're FedEx, you're probably like, whoa. And this was probably like when it made the most sense financially to break it early. Like you ever break a lease, like you do it with a couple months left. You don't do it 11 months left,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What do you think will be what do you think will be who takes over?
Can he have the same sponsor as the Sixers? Just do Wells Fargo?
Wells Fargo does
the Sixers Stadium.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that they need some to rebuild their PR also. So
well, they can start by using pieces of Joel Embiid's knee to build this.
I think we still have pieces of RG3's knee left. Well, all right. Need to get an Ethernet cord, Leon. Got one guy late. And one guy frozen.
Hello?
You good?
Yeah, you see, that's what happens when you talk about the Commanders franchise and stuff. It's the ghost of Dan Snyder that's still fucking up things. But no, I was asking, like, Easton Motors, wasn't that the commercials, like Clinton Portis and stuff, like Ford,
Yeah.
Chevy, Beamers, and then Vans. If they want to send it over here, yeah,
I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can afford the money it's going to take. He'll get more money from somebody else.
What's a really shitty corporation? It's got to be like, who fixes pipes? Like sewage? Is there like a sewage company that could sponsor?
Well, like Stimmel or something.
I don't know what Stimmel is. It sounds like something that like somebody would go to after they have a heart attack. Oh yeah,
I think it's a plumber. Plumbing company.
What's that company that fixes your house after like a natural disaster? You know what I'm talking about? They like clean up all the wastewater and all that shit. Serve Pro.
Yeah.
Serve Pro Field. How about that?
Yeah, that'd actually be pretty funny.
Yeah, I would get down with that. You could give people like cleaning supplies when they walk into the stadium. I mean, because most of those fans haven't cleaned themselves probably in a while anyway. So you kill two birds with one stone there.
Waste management.
Ooh, but they already got the golf tournament, like that, and that's a good golf tournament. Albeit it's known for like having a lot of drunks around this past year, but you get a lot of drunks at Commanders games too. So maybe it works. Maybe.
I like it. Oh my god. All right, maybe we can just start over. Alrighty. Well, it's a nightmare. What's up?
What up?
It's been a nightmare. Leon keeps losing electricity. So yeah,
Fantastic.
we were talking about how FedEx pulled out of FedEx Field. We were talking about what sponsors they should get next.
Ugh. They
I said
need a home renovation sponsor so they can fix that stadium.
Well, Leon said Surf Pro. I said Waste Management.
It makes sense.
My serious guess was Wells Fargo because they sponsor the Sixers stadium.
Okay, that's not bad.
But yeah,
all right. Well, Leon sucks. Didn't pay his power bill. Shocker.
Yeah, supposedly it's a circuit breaker that keeps going out. Likely excuse.
Yeah. Well, since I couldn't eat, I had to eat and fucking wait for this stupid link, but it's fine. Hey,
Yeah,
chat. How is everybody?
You can, did we get a chat?
No.
Cool. But yeah, let's see. I guess we can get into our picks real quick.
All right.
We're doing this on Bet365. They had the best odds.
Perfect.
But so
do they have my line on there, or do we have to adjust?
It went up to 28.5.
Oh.
You still want to do it?
Yeah, I'll still take it. Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and do mine first. We're going UFC Fight Night. Terrible main event. Jairzinho Rozenstruik and Shamil Ghaziyev. I don't know if I'm saying both of those names right, but yeah, terrible main event. I guess that's just the state of the UFC with doing these events every weekend now.
Yeah,
but this will probably be a pretty sloppy fight. Two guys with not so great cardio. Two guys whose round fights usually end in round one. So that's the bet I'm going on Bet365. It's minus 115 for the fight to end in round one. Rozenstruik, I think he's had 4 of his last 5 fights in the round one. And then Ghaziyev, every fight except for one of his have either ended in the first round or in the first minute of the second round. So, yeah, I think both these guys are going to come out swinging. Rozenstruik is more of a counter striker, I guess. He takes a couple minutes to get warmed up. But it's going to take like one good land for him to finish Ghaziyev, which is pretty not a heavy favorite, but I think he's like minus 150 something. It's a little surprising. But yeah, he's going to come out with volume probably. But yeah, one of these big guys I think is going to go out or get choked out in round one. So that's my pick.
I don't hate it.
Sorry for my disappearance there. Apparently, when you do a show from Vladimir Zelensky's bunker here in Kiev, electricity gets cut off every now and then. So I'm sure I'll be speaking Russian quite soon. So I got that going for me.
They're watching.
But yeah. And I don't have the Klitschko brothers out there to reassemble the electricity either. So I need that right now in my bunker here. So yeah, we'll have to get in touch with the Ukrainian electrical board about that. As Ryan ventures across the world, unknown, he may be able to come out here and fix this for us. Who knows? So, Scotty, I heard you doing a little bit of picks there. You gave your UFC pick.
Yeah, the main event, Rozenstruik and Ghaziyev to end in round one.
Is that on pay-per-view? Or is it like regular UFC, like a free fight? I don't know.
It's a free fight. It's one of the worst main events. Like you'll see. So yeah,
is this at the Apex?
It's in Saudi Arabia, I think. So they're going to start a war with this. Yeah, we'll give you a fight. Let's have the shittiest card we can get.
So did they just decide to do random guys out of the airport in Doha, Qatar, and fly into Saudi Arabia and say, hey, here's a ham sandwich? Well, not a ham sandwich. Oh boy, that's going to be a fatwa after me. Here's some falafel. Go and fight it out.
No, I mean they're solid fighters. They're just not, especially in Rozenstruik's point in his career. He's not a main event guy. And then this other guy, he's 12-0, but he's had one UFC fight, and now they're moving him up to the main event. So I don't know.
Okay, Chris, what half crack pipe pick did you pick?
So I'm going with the game at 8:30 tonight. Thunder at Spurs. We are going with Chet Holmgren over 28.5 PAR, points, assists, and rebounds. Him and Victor Wembanyama have a very budding rivalry, so it's always fun to see them get after each other. He's going to want to put on a show, get those Rookie of the Year votes. It's very important to him, it seems. So over 28.5 points, assists, and rebounds for Chet Holmgren against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs tonight at 8:30.
Is Winnebago having a good rookie season?
Winnebago's having a great rookie season.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's a
I
freak.
saw-
Heavy favorite.
So you know me, I don't watch the NBA. I saw a clip of him dunking the other day, and he legitimately looked like Gumby. Like he's all arms and legs. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like a piece of Play-Doh that like you stretched out that can like dunk a basketball.
He's very, very good. He can do everything on the floor, just like Chet Holmgren. And they've been battling it out since the under-19 Worlds, so it's fun to watch.
Well, I am, of course, you know me. I like to go off the beaten path. Are you boys aware that the
No.
season for the NRL starts Saturday?
I thought that was racing.
No, you're thinking about the old IRL back in the day.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, I'm actually really surprised by that. No, the National Rugby League, which is in Australia and New Zealand, their season starts on Saturday, and they are actually trying to make an American push. And so they're playing in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. There's actually only 2 games. I am going to go with the Brisbane Broncos and the Sydney Roosters. The Roosters, very good. James Tedesco, great tackler. He also weighed in a little bit this week on the hip drop tackle that they're maybe talking about banning in the NFL. Rugby guys are phenomenal tacklers. I'm riding the Roosters, baby. Just like Alice in Chains, they come to snuff the Rooster. I'm taking Sydney money line. What is that, plus 158, Scotty?
Plus 135.
Plus 135.
Or you can get it at plus 138, but for the sake of this parlay.
Plus 135. I'm going with the Sydney Roosters there on Saturday. You guys want to watch some NRL with me Saturday night?
No.
Probably not. So if I heard correctly,
Might be better than the UFC card, though.
Yeah, maybe. So if I heard correctly, you're riding the cock. Is that right?
Hard D. Hard.
Hard D. What?
Ooh.
All right, so
I'm going.
if you were to parlay all 3 of our picks, so Chet Holmgren over 28.5 points, assists, and rebounds, the Sydney Roosters money line, and the UFC main event, Rosenstrike and Gazayev to end in round 1, you get the odds of plus 721.
Oh.
Cockle-doodle-doo. That parlay's for you. Let's go.
If you fade it, you'll probably get similar numbers. So do both.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know me. I love sport, as they say in Europe. We got F1 starting this weekend in the Kingdom of Bahrain. We got NRL rugby. 6 Nations is coming back next week. Rugby. I'm loving it. I love sport, sir.
So F1, that's the one that the same guy wins every week?
Mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can get rid of that, if they could have some parity, I'd probably watch it.
The Max Verstappen Invitational, though we'll see.
Yeah.
This is Sir Lewis Hamilton's last year with Mercedes, so I think he'll be trying to make a big push before he goes to Ferrari. And the Visa, Cash App, Team RB, whatever they want to call themselves, Red Bull's junior team, looked well in the first practice today, along with my guy Daniel Ricciardo. So could be a more interesting season. I don't know. We shall see. Well, something that's interesting going away from sports, Chris, I know you can't read, and even if you could, I know you didn't read the story.
I did not.
So there's a radio station in Australia, which number one shocked me that they have radios in Australia. Oh, they lost a war to emus. I just figured they didn't have electricity. I figured the emus ran the place.
Terrible sports, terrible war.
They're mad at Shane Gillis.
Why are the Aussies mad at Shane Gillis?
So he had a joke how about he went to Australia. He was talking about how much he loved it. He's like, it's the whole country doing nothing. He's like, zero exports. They got mad for it.
Well, no, they had some exports. They got a beer that no one drinks called Foster's because none of them drink that.
Yeah.
They have a really bad steakhouse chain called Outback that the founders hadn't even been to, if I remember correctly, before they started it. And they had all those Crocodile Dundee movies in the 80s. And one really funny Simpsons episode. And they gave us Ben Simmons and his back problems.
Yeah.
This
is true.
But anywho, so you guys familiar with zany morning zoo radio stuff, right? Like, oh my God, like I can't believe clips and stuff like that. Well, there's a station out there. I forget what city this was in. I want to say it was Melbourne. And are you guys familiar with War of the Roses? It's an old radio bit.
No, I don't think so.
Rick D started this probably 30 years ago, where he would get a guy on the phone and have a woman secretly listening on hold. And then he would start asking them all these questions. Hey, I got a dozen roses. Who are you going to give it to? And they're trying to essentially get him to admit to having an affair by the way he answers these questions. And then they bring the woman on to confront. He actually stole that bit from someone else in radio before that. Well, it's called War of the Roses. Shitty radio stations bring it around every Valentine's Day. It's kind of like the second date cafe stuff. Oh, we have Tina on the phone. Chris, you tried to touch me in the car. I'm never going out with you again. Yeah, those radio show bits. Well, this has got to be one of those. A woman proposed to her boyfriend on the air, and it didn't go well. Now, of the three of us, I'm the only married one, so I'm assuming I'm the only
shockingly
proposed. Though there's a lot of men that probably turned Chris down.
I've proposed before. I've been engaged.
What's that?
I've been engaged.
To a muskrat?
To the baby mama.
Oh,
not to this podcast.
Podcast, living, sobriety, none of these things.
Correct.
Well, okay. When you ask that question, you gotta be pretty sure. Not even pretty. You gotta be 100% sure you're getting a yeah, right? Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty big meatball. Well, apparently in Australia, it's a thing, and I think it came from an Irish custom. I think they have a decent Irish population there, where women, I guess on the 29th of February, so I guess it's every 4 years on Leap Day, they ask the men. And they had this guy on with his girl, and here's how it
You're joking.
Hope he answers. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Brad speaking.
Hey, Brad, it's Fifi, Fev, and Nick here
Hey,
from
Brad.
Fox FM.
Who?
Oh,
Oh, Phoebe, Megan, Niff. Oh,
You?
hey guys.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
Look, but we're here, but we just wanted to let you know that your beautiful girlfriend of 5 years, Carly, is here too, and she would like to talk to
How do
you.
we
So
know
just
she's
sit back and enjoy the ride.
Okay.
Hi. Okay.
Hey.
Hey. It's been
Chris, is that
the
your
most incredible 5 years of my life
Huh?
with you. Every
guy-
morning I wake
your
up
dad's
as
the one?
the luckiest girl alive. You make me feel like nothing I've ever felt before. You are my north, my south, my east, my west, my working week, and my Sunday rest. I have loved growing with you and learning about you and watching you become the person you are. And I know that who I am is totally because of you.
This is really sweet.
And I can't wait to do this forever. Will you marry me?
You're joking. Is this live on air?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're joking. Like I don't know. Like I mean, yeah. Like I'm not trying to like put you on the spot, babe. But like I'm just pretty.
Other way
I
around.
just don't know if this is the sort of thing I'd do on air. You know what I mean? Like it's like a big deal, and like I'm pretty traditional, like kind of guy, as you know. Like
I'm going to go ahead and stop it there.
Is that it?
Yeah, well, that's a little bit more, but as you can tell, things did not go the way that she thought they were going to go. Now,
Props
let
to
me
that
ask,
guy.
do you guys think that that's a bit? Is that real, or is that like the Down Under War of the Roses?
I don't know. I think he might have been in on it.
I think it might have been real. But
I
this
mean,
is why you don't
he
do public proposals. I hate public proposals. You put the other person on the spot to where they have to say yes, basically. Not in this case, but yeah, that's karma for doing a public proposal. Don't do that shit.
Oh, come on,
Yeah,
Scott. If you're
sure.
not going to get engaged at halftime of the NCAA tournament at a casino somewhere, well, a rundown casino somewhere in Vegas one day, to a cocktail waitress, it's not going to happen?
No, you just go get drunk and get
I mean-
married if you're in Vegas.
Yeah, depends on how much I'm up or down.
It could be either thing later on that evening as well.
Yeah, even then that'd be a little different though, because you're in a casino. You don't know probably anybody in the building other than who you came with.
Look, I know Scotty. He's traditional. He's going to go to her trailer and ask her sister aunt for her hand in marriage. I know this. And Brandy, with an I, and Scotty are going to have a kid named Candy with a K and an I, who will also become a cocktail waitress.
That's closer to your neck of the woods, not mine.
Yeah.
True.
Right. Well, no, you're assuming that A, people can spell in my neck of the woods, and B, that people actually have trailers in my neck of the woods. There's a lot of open camping, as they want to say. Urban camping in DC, we just call it rural foraging, like where I'm from. Just hillbillies and meth and poverty, you know? Yeah. All right. Well, I think this is a bit. There's no way that woman went on the air and asked him and didn't know what was coming. And apparently this is Bachelor's Day, sometimes known as ladies' privilege, is an Irish tradition by which women are, quote, allowed to propose to men on February 29th. Now, Chris celebrates International Women's Day like in Deadpool, but I don't think he would celebrate Ladies' Privilege Day or whatever it is. You're looking at me glazed over. You don't know the International Women's Day in Deadpool?
No. What do you isn't it next month International or Women's Month? So
Is it? No.
Yeah.
International Women's Day, Deadpool. Remember he got pegged?
yeah. Okay.
This is
I
what
do
we
have a question for you, Chris, since you were late joining us.
Yes.
It's Leap Day, of course, and I was wondering, do racist people hate Leap Day?
What? Why would they hate Leap Day?
Because it's an extra day in February.
I get it.
I can see Uncle Ruckus being really upset about that.
Yeah, they probably hate this day.
Yeah.
Like getting hammered right now.
Yeah. Chris is in June, so he's got that going for him. We don't have a dumb people's month though. We need that. Maybe like August. I feel like people born in August probably aren't that smart. I don't know.
My dad was born in August.
He's a good man. His son, I can't really
He's a great man.
I'm sorry for what happened to him child-wise with his son, but you know, what are you going to do? we all, not every pitch is going to be a hit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you strike out. Sometimes you hit a foul ball. Sometimes you hit a foul ball and break a 3-year-old's nose in the stands. And they put up nets. I feel like that was you.
I've never broken a bone. I broke my nose in high school, but Not as a child.
The nose is a bone, isn't it? No, it's cartilage.
It's cartilage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fractured both wrists before. That was like within like weeks of each other. That was
Were you doing the jerking off two dudes?
no. I was not skiing. I was playing soccer. No. And then the stale fish just didn't work. And then I broke the other one. So it was bad times.
You
Bad
broke
times.
both fists in soccer?
Yeah.
How do you break both fists in a sport you can't use your hands?
Falling, man. I go all out, you know. I played physical.
Wow.
I was a defender. When you're a goalie, I played very physical. They called me the hammer. I would run.
They called you pathetic.
They called you a lot of things.
They called me first team all. That's what they called me. All right, well, leave that the hell alone. Scotty, you had a story that was kind of weird. Willy Wonka. By the way, have you guys all seen the Willy Wonka movies?
The new one?
I've only seen the original.
Yeah,
I've seen the original one.
I won't
The
watch
original
I
was Gene
saw the
Wilder,
Johnny
right?
Depp one too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
My wife has never seen any of these, and at some point, I'm going to make her watch the original Willy Wonka. Before we get into your story, Scotty, I'm going to make her watch it, if for nothing else, that she can learn that Grandpa Joe is the biggest piece of shit in the history of cinema.
Yeah.
His family is destitute, and he's been laying on his ass in the bed for like 25 years. And they're like, catering to his every need. And then the kid gets a ticket to a fucking chocolate factory, and all of a sudden you can spring up out of bed. Come on, man. It was like he is risen.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus, Easter morning, he pops up. And all of a sudden, time to go to the chocolate factory. I've been laying on my ass for 25 years.
I mean, is he a terrible person or is he just smart?
No.
Play the game.
He's got a wife. He's got a grandkid. Who knows what happened to that kid?
He is everything you have ever aspired to be, Leon.
Oh, dear Lord. Everything that, well, I do want people waiting on me hand and foot, but that is because I want to rule with an iron fist. I want to be a dictator, sir. I don't want destitute. There's a fine line between destitute and dictator. Really just how many zeros are in the bank account. Either way, people are taking care of you. That's all I want. It's not.
Yeah, he might have been the person to set this up. So we had some. This is in the UK. We had some family outings go awry. So there was supposed to be what they put in quotes an immersive experience that promised to transport Willy Wonka fans into a magical realm. And if we scroll down here, the picture on the left here. Can y'all see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
So this picture on the left, they just grabbed and made an AI picture. And so this is what everybody thought it was going to look like. At the risk of clicking into Twitter here, let's see. And then this is what it actually looked like. So this is what it's supposed to look like.
The picture on the left is what was sold, and the picture on the right is what it actually was. It looks like a warehouse with a fucking
right. Exactly. It's exactly what it was. It was a warehouse with like some random shit put up. There's another picture. That's the entrance, I guess, with some fucking break room tables in there.
So those other pictures that you're clicking on, at least for me, aren't showing up right now.
But
But
they're not. Damn,
yeah,
okay.
No.
it's just of what's
That sucks.
happening here. So, I mean, look, we've seen Willy Wonka. It was like, when did that movie come out? 60s, 70s, 70s?
70s.
Yeah, okay. So, everything is bright colored. It's like an LSD fever dream or something,
Yeah, and this is literally probably an abandoned warehouse. Or maybe a warehouse that's
Hilarious.
closed on the weekends. And here's the best part. Can you see this?
It's like Chris
This is the Oompa Loompa. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
This is the Oompa Loompa. Not a midget, not a man. Some random art major they probably found on the street that needed a couple extra bucks.
Probably goes to VCU.
Where is this?
Well, this is in the UK.
Okay.
She might have flown over. Green hair,
She
1.7
is-
GPA, probably works at a really shitty bar. Sounds like a VCU.
Well, she is not having a good time. I know that. And I've already seen memes of this going around today.
Oh, immediately. This is going to be an episode cover. I'm going to put her next to Chris on like a date episode or something. This is going to be a YouTube thumbnail. Just file that in the back of your mind at some point.
Should I try to play this video? Because their parents called the police because they were trying to get their money back. It was in Glasgow. I'll try to play this.
Glasgow, Scotland. This is like.
So I guess it was like $45. I think I saw per ticket.
This is like the end of a Van Damme movie when everyone's dead
Look
and
at
like, the house is empty.
This is awesome.
It's just pathetic.
This is like Family Fire Fest.
I love everything about that.
It's like this is like the Temu version of Willy Wonka.
Temu.
But you get what you pay
Temu or
for.
Tamu?
Temu.
It's
Tama.
your Tama. Wasn't she like a DJ in Richmond? I bet you had a crush on her, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. I might be able to give her.
Shout out to those guys.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Tama. Yeah, shout out.
Game artists.
No, those guys.
Fire Fest for kids.
Man. Like,
Yeah, Ja Rule was definitely involved.
I don't want to know what parents had to do to get a bottle of water at that place. Let me tell you. Jesus Christ. What would you do? Chris, you are with child. Well, you look like you're with child and you have a child. What would you do if you took your child there and you put
First of all, I wouldn't pay $45 for shit. But if I took him to that, I'd be very, very upset. And I'd probably take one look and ask for a refund.
What if, I bet you there's something in those tickets like no refunds. That's like they're actually really smart. That's like a one-time shot. You set it up one time, you put no fine print, no refunds, whatever, blah, blah, blah on the back of the ticket. You get the hell out of there, let people forget about it. You do it again somewhere else a year later and rip somebody off with the next thing. It's actually a really smart scheme. Now I feel like Frank, like it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
But you can't get away with it these days. Like they're gonna whatever the BBB is over there is gonna come down on them and fine them for some BS.
I don't think they're worried about a BBB.
Yeah, BBB in the UK is probably just like some drunk bald bloke showing up at your house. You didn't rip off them kids, eh? Like that was a terrible British accent.
Well, if that was the only picture, that one AI generated picture that they went off of, then they kind of deserve to have their money taken.
Yeah, they probably
There's
went
probably
on.
some fine print somewhere.
They probably went on like the British equivalent of like Groupon. Like you ever buy like a Groupon deal? It's always like the shittiest looking restaurants and stuff. It never looks the way it actually does. Yeah, I'm just counting out sponsors right now. You don't have to worry about them sponsoring us. I don't think you have to worry about them.
It's probably called Temu, T-E-A-M-U.
Oh, is it
TEMOO?
Jesus. All right. Well, is there an immersive experience that you would go to? Remember that whole Van Gogh thing was going on in DC? Like my wife wanted to go to that, and like I told her in no uncertain terms that I would rather spend 3 weeks in a Czech work camp than go to that.
If there was like a Marvel type thing, I would take Gavin to that. We'd enjoy that.
You know what? I'm not going to call you a loser just because you mentioned your kid. You had to slip them in there for immunity. There is a joke I can make about our president right now, but I'm not going to. I'm their child, but just know it's there. And I'm thinking about making it, but just know that I'm not going to call you a loser, but I'm going to think that you're a loser.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can think what you want.
Okay. As long as everyone's on the same page here. All right. So no Willy Wonka there. So the cover story, which by the way, I love the AI. I was using Microsoft Copilot. I got tired of making graphics myself. So I put in angry man eating burger at Wendy's. And if that isn't 100% spot on.
Did it show you?
No. What's angry? How can you be angry at Wendy's?
We're about to find out, right?
Yeah, cool. So I put that episode up. Have you guys heard about the what's going on with Wendy's? They're getting a lot of pushback because they're talking about having different price points at different times of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, movies, right?
What was your initial reaction when you heard this story, both of you? Scotty, I'll start with you.
So my initial was that was pretty stupid, but then I guess they came out and said that they're not raising prices; they're dropping prices for, I guess, certain periods where they don't get a lot of business.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Chris,
that's true. I don't know.
What did you think there?
Well, when I saw the original reactions, everybody was talking about surge pricing, like on Uber Eats or DoorDash, where you pay a little bit more during busy times to get your shit. But I don't care. I don't eat at Wendy's, so it doesn't really affect me. But I mean, do what you got to do. No, I don't eat fast food anymore.
God damn it! I wish we had didn't we have a bell? Didn't I have something that I hit when somebody was a liar at the other studio? I need something. I need a buzzer. You know what?
No.
I'm gonna build a graphic and put Chris's lies and just put a counter above his head, right by that delirious doll that's on the wall. I'll just have a number above his head floating next to it. It'll 7, 8. It'll just update every episode. There's no way you can eat fast food anymore. You ate a whole pizza on the air last week.
It wasn't fast food. Pizza. There's a difference. I did lie. I actually did have Chick-fil-A with Gavin last weekend.
Well, so Wendy's, they're getting a ton of pushback. This was a case of right message, wrong messenger. What they're actually doing is kind of like dynamic pricing. Everyone thought, if I go here at 7 o'clock, my Dave's double is going to be more than if I go at 1 o'clock. No, they're essentially doing what restaurants have done forever with happy hour. Sometimes you go to a restaurant or you go for lunch. A burger might be $10 at lunch. You go at dinner, it's $15. Why? It's incentivizing you to get in the door for lunch. It's a lost leader at that point. Could they know you're going to buy something else? Maybe you bring a group. It's no different. It's the same thing with this. We go to a Nationals game. We see them play the Pirates on a Tuesday night. That ticket is going to cost less than if we go on a Saturday and see them play Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers, right? Why are people so dumb? Where's all the vitriol coming from?
It's people that eat at Wendy's. Because intelligent people don't do that.
Because everybody was thinking they're going to raise the price at lunchtime. This was my first thought, too. So they should have just said, we're lowering the prices in off hours.
Yeah. I would love it.
That would have been the smart way to approach it. Instead of saying we're doing dynamic pricing, which people automatically assume prices are going to go up at certain times.
I'll give you that.
We got some breaking news here, kind of breaking news, I guess. The Vikings have informed Alexander Madison that they're going to release him.
Good. That guy really screwed me in fantasy this year.
Good guy.
He's not a guy that can get 25, 30 carries in a game. He's just not that.
No.
Yeah. Good guy, Alexander Madison.
Change of pace.
Another cap casualty there. All right. Well, going back to the Wendy's thing. What would be great? You guys ever drive down the street and you see the hot light on with Krispy Kreme? I've seen people.
I don't drive by those anymore.
You'll drive by Krispy Kreme.
We don't have one in Chester.
Oh, that's when you just dox yourself. Number one. Number two, I was in your town
area,
and you don't have a lot of things there.
Yeah.
Oh,
so speaking of which, we went to that brewery or whatever. I know you saw the video because you liked it, but the brewery posted a video that somebody else took. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was in the video.
Yeah, you were in the video. So
why did nobody send me this video?
You and your wife are probably the only two black people there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch the video at the end, they zoom in on you and her. Swear to God.
Black History Month, baby. It's not first. There was DEI. Next time I come back, I have a friend who lives in another city, and he's got a bit, and it's actually really funny, where he goes to bars during Black History Month, and he'll ask them if they have any Black History Month specials. I've been meaning to steal that for years, and I have not done it. I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
We could maybe we'll do that next year. What would the Black History Month specials be?
There we go.
But you know that person taking that video, like you're their black friends now. They're gonna show people.
Oh yeah, but he was in here. You're okay. You're all right. Yeah.
We were also the youngest people in there.
Oh well, there was a lot of women for you in there, Chris. They were all probably on some form of government.
There was a handful of good-looking cougars in there.
Okay.
Those weren't cougars. Those were leopards, my friend.
No, there was a couple. There was a couple.
Leopards or lepers?
Probably both. Probably both. Going back to the Wendy's, the Krispy Kreme light comes on. You see people make a U-turn. They go there. How fucking great would it be if like fast food restaurants had like a digital billboard in front instead of all those shitty billboards where like the letters are falling off, and the ones in the ghetto spelled like your, it's like with UR instead of like they ran out of letters or the people are dumb and that's why they work there. Wouldn't it be great if they had a digital billboard and it just popped up as like junior bacon cheeseburgers, 59 cents for the next 30 minutes or something? That would be great.
Or McDonald's would have one that says our ice cream machine is working.
Waffle House. We haven't had a fight in 3 hours.
Why even bother to go there then? That's why you go to Waffle House.
Bring your child. No one's been stabbed in the parking lot since 6 o'clock. But I think it would be great. There's a bar in New York City, and I forget the name of it, but it's got like a stock market theme, and it has a ticker with all the drinks and stuff that are running. And the prices of the drinks go up and down as demand goes up. And so then the market will crash. And sometimes you'll get like Coors Lights for like $1 or 50 cents or something like that because the market has crashed on Coors Light. Okay. I think that would be great. That's a great marketing ploy. We should be working for fast food. Well, I should be working for fast food marketing. It'd be great.
No, we need to do the sports bar thing.
We need to do what?
The sports bar, like we talked about.
Oh,
nowhere in Virginia knows how to put the correct games on the TV.
We went to a brew pub sports bar kind of place at a casino Saturday, which they had women's basketball plastered all over the televisions. Like Baylor's playing Houston, and there's like women's basketball on. And it wasn't
at the casino. Was this the sports?
It was
before we went to the sports book.
It was at the Yard House. That was there.
Gotcha.
But you're next to the casino. You're, a Shohei Ohtani home run away from the sports book. And you got women's hoops on a Saturday afternoon. And it's not.
I wish they just. What? Sorry.
Maybe somebody requested it?
No. They just had it on the channel and they don't change it until like most places around here.
Yeah. Was it just ESPN?
I wish it was like ESPNU, I think.
Yeah. It's like when you go to sports clips and they just de facto put on NFL Network
every
it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday in the summer. And it's like, oh, great, A Football Life, Ray Lewis. Is this the one where he admits to stabbing people? No? Okay.
Allegedly. I wish they would have kept the women's game on, though, because I had that bad beat because we got them to put Houston Baylor on. I had Baylor +3. Jesus. They were looking good the whole time. And then lost in overtime. Houston had a 3 waved off at the buzzer in regulation. Yeah.
It was fun to watch Scotty squirm and lose money. That did make my day.
I did lose money that day. Yeah.
Also, there was
I've been on a tear since then. So
there were some degenerates in the sports book that we were at that were watching and betting on spring training baseball. So, yeah, there was a guy there that was sweating. I think it was Phillies Blue Jays Saturday.
Why, Scotty? How many spring training games have you bet on so far?
Maybe one. I can't remember if I bet on it. I know there was one I was thinking about betting on. No, I didn't. I haven't yet.
How? We don't know who half of these people are. Why are people betting on it?
Just bet the. Well, that's where you can find. I mean, that's where if you're like a real shark or whatever or sharp. I always get those.
Shark.
I think there's sharks too in betting too, right? Anyways, like there can be an advantage there if you like know who's playing, who's trying to win.
The ice has melted in my bourbon. It's not satisfying right now. I just want America.
There's there were some super old people at the sports book too, so I hope they're there when we go in March.
Real old people. Like there was a grandma in there that was like sweating Duke Wake Forest. She was probably at Wake Forest when they actually moved the campus from Wake Forest to Winston-Salem, when they moved it across the state. Which, by the way, no one talks about that enough. What college just randomly moves across the fucking state? This wasn't like 1836. This was like the 50s.
It was like the Colts.
No, I think somebody I think the Reynolds family donated the land or something like that, and they just moved the campus. Imagine like someone just moving Virginia Tech from Blacksburg to hell, which is kind of the same thing. Like, where would you move Virginia Tech to if you could move?
Richmond, obviously.
No. It's got to be like a nuclear waste.
Swap places with U of R.
Amelia.
Oh, you know what? That fits in perfectly. You can move it to Amelia. That actually fits in real perfectly right there. It might be the dumbest county in the whole state. And that's saying something. Because I talked to a guy from Bland today. He was rather bland. But he was also quite stupid.
Where is Bland?
Extreme Southwest Virginia.
Past Danville and shit.
Yeah. Here, Danville's not even Southwest Virginia. Here's my rule of thumb when it comes to Virginia. When you in area codes, when you see someone with a 276 area code, you can just write them off like automatic.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dumb human being.
Mountain people.
What's that?
Mountain people.
I wouldn't even say mountain. I would just say inbred. You know, the hills have eyes. You know, 540. Like this person probably has a broken down tractor in their yard somewhere, but there is some semblance of intelligence. 703 is old school Northern Virginia money. You know, like they were around for a while. 571, like you moved to Northern Virginia within the last like 10 years.
Don't we have a new area code?
We're gonna have one shortly.
What is it?
I think it's something like that. Sometime this year.
636 sounds like a phone sex area code or whatever. Wasn't it like Seinfeld? Jerry told Kramer to stop calling 976 numbers from his phone. That's what 636 reminds me of. Yeah.
Okay.
757, you might get shot. You know, like that's a person you probably don't want to fuck with 757 area code.
That includes Williamsburg.
Well, that is true. That might be the most docile college, by the way, in Virginia. You ever see a rowdy William and Mary person?
No,
not at all.
Yeah, I went to the bar near William and Mary's campus a few years ago. And I was just like, I should have went here. I could have cleaned up. A bunch of dorky looking dudes with attractive women.
Yeah, Scotty, I don't know if it would have worked out for you. You probably would have your ass kicked about like a chem major that was like 110 pounds. Yeah, wouldn't have worked out. That's a great brewery down there called Precarious Beer Project. And I go in there, and every time I look around, it's like a glee club meeting, like let out there. And then you can see the people who are eventually going to move to Richmond and become covered in tattoos. Like you can see it, you know, like they're going to go to grad school. And then they're gonna it's like someone go to jail and they go in and they're like skinny. When they get out and they're like a buff criminal and they got teardrop tattoos and stuff. That's what working and living in Richmond does. It like hardens your soul, you know.
That's true.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
All right, and one more story before we get the hell out of here. I don't know if you guys saw this. Look, America's the fattest country in the world, right? It's got to be. Did you see where at Walmart, IHOP has teamed up with Lay's, I believe it was, and they're going to have a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity pancake flavored chip. And it's going to be exclusively sold at Walmart.
Well, they're getting to their target audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I imagine at any given point, there's more diabetes in Walmart, in any Walmart, than like any other place in America. You could just like do like a heat map of diabetes around America, and it's going to be around Walmarts. You know, Wilford Brimley. They just put posters of Wilford Brimley up. You know, but now you have this. I mean, it's literally like giving heroin to an addict. Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity pancake chips. Listen, I'm a fat guy, but I don't eat that shit. And as a fat person, I take offense to it. I drink beer. I drink whiskey. I eat red meat. I don't eat that shit. Don't lump me in with those people.
I want to try it.
You're supposed to be eating the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They
told me
should've
not to
been,
eat on air.
Except for when it's a bit. You were supposed to get the pizza.
I
Is
thought
it-
it was a pretty good bit last week.
Well,
really gotta
a bit doesn't last the whole show.
I
Yeah, it
literally
does.
who the fuck eats a whole
long
lot of pizza on the air? Who? You were
The
like
long game.
you were like a poor man's Elliot from Ellie in the Morning when he's just like smacking his gums, eating like sausages and shit at 6
I
o'clock.
wasn't grotesque with the noises. You couldn't hear it.
You just look.
I was
gross.
very quiet with my chewing.
There's a joke in there. I just want you to know, Chris is
Is there?
quiet chewing when he's chewing on the pillow when he's biting the pillow. He's quite quiet.
That's the only time in his life that he said long game.
Oh Jesus! And I'm
But
back.
going back to the Rudy Tooty what fresh and fruity, all right?
Fruity.
They should have did
So is
Pop-Tarts instead of chips.
Genius. But isn't it just strawberries and bananas?
I've never had a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity, so I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I looked at the picture.
Yeah,
It looked
right.
like it was some strawberries. I don't know what it is either.
Yeah, it just can't be. It's just gotta be like a bunch of. I imagine they probably took like birthday cake frosting, melted that shit down, and like mixed it in with the chips, and said, "Go with God." You know, like
When
if you
does it
and
when does
you
it
like
debut?
a little nuclear thing and can detect the radiation. If you had one of those that could detect diabetes and stand up next to it, it would just go off.
When does it debut?
When does it debut? Let me go back
Yeah.
and pull that back up here. And I'm going to search this incognito because the last thing I want is Google sending me Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
No, it's gonna understand how fat you are and send you ads for Ozempic.
Fuck you. Would you do?
Yeah, I mean you found the story somehow.
You know, the Nation's Restaurant News is one of my favorite sites to go to. There, you know, I have my sources here as that tries to load on my phone and give me an ad for Texas Pete. Let's see. These are hitting shelves nationwide starting today, and this article was from the 27th, so they're already out now.
Okay.
Lay's IHOP Tooty Fresh and Fruity with the flavor of IHOP pancakes, sweet notes of strawberries, maple syrup, finished with a subtle flavor of bacon for a savory balance served on a light textured potato chip. The flavor was
Don't hate
translated to these chips through a customized seasoning created by IHOP chef Art Carl in tandem with Frito-Lay R&D. IHOP has an executive chef.
I guess everybody does, right?
Yeah, everybody has to. Corporate.
I would try the chip, but I'm not going into Walmart.
Oh my God, especially a Walmart where you live. It's like
Yeah,
it'd be like fucking Dune. It would be like
I'm
Dune.
surprised that Walmart is still up.
Me too. Me
It used to
too.
be
That's
24
when I
hours.
went to as a child.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, Rudy Tooty.
All right, so I will get those for next week. I'm not getting the pizza until I have more than 30 minutes to get home after work for the show.
Okay.
So
Cheats.
it'll be
Did I miss that?
maybe the week. Yeah, the
The KFC.
KFC thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Breast with the stuff. It was like a poor man's chicken parm.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me see what my schedule is going to be in 2 weeks. I know next week I'm working the same thing.
He's got a
drink
schedule
bill.
the pizza.
Yeah, he looks at his schedule. It's drinking, smoking, drinking, smoking, sleep. Yeah, I can fit it in right about here.
Just not on Feisty Friday, right?
Yeah, just not on Feisty Friday. Which Chris,
I
are
don't
you,
know what that is.
are you going to get us kicked out of our Airbnb for smoking?
I hope not. I'll just take a walk when I have to.
There we go. We'll talk more about this later, but NCAA tournament, we will be venturing to a casino. And if you people want to meet up with us, we may try to arrange something where we can drink beers and watch basketball.
MGM National Harbor.
Yes. MGM
So the 14th. 14th, Cheetah time.
Cheetah. Will it still be around? Is it a limited release?
I hope it'll be around. Want to try it.
I'm still thinking about the guy that's a chef for IHOP. That's got to be the most depressing job in the world. It's like, you ever see the
Or
guy?
the best job.
Oh, you ever see the guys that, like, you're flipping through the channels? I get 11 Sports or One World Sport or whatever the hell it is now. I think it's Next Level Sports now, actually. And sometimes they'll show some kind of football game being played. It's like a video game, but it's not Madden. It's like made up teams and made up players and stuff. And there'll be people playing this professionally. And there's guys commenting on this, like as actual commentators. And I always said to myself, if I got to that point in my broadcasting career where I'm calling that for a living, it's just over. I'm just going to go sleep in traffic at that point.
If somebody's paying you to do it, you're going to do it.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a podcast right now with
We do
one
this
live
for
viewer, and that one live viewer is me.
free.
So
Well, I was just about to say, I went from that being the bottom to looking at your two mugs every Thursday, and that's a whole new bottom. So, and I'm still here.
also, you guys can fucking pull up your phone and get the YouTube going in the future, so you can get 3 viewers.
That's
Hey,
true.
Maybe we'll get
I didn't
an
think about
ad
it.
one day.
Well, one day we'll get an ad. One day my electricity will stay on if the Russians stop shelling.
Yeah, turn your sound down. Yeah. What's our first ad going to be? I know it's random probably, but what's it going to be?
Herpes cream for Chris. Definitely herpes cream.
What?
Simplex 2.
No.
Electric Boogaloo.
No.
That's a good episode title at one point. Simplex 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It's probably going to be
Yeah.
Shadow Raiders or one of those video games, those
No.
mobile games.
It's going to be something risky. It's going to be like Fleshlight. It's going to be like those low. Look at Chris. He's like, do I get a free one?
Don't hate it.
It's going to be something risky. You know, Fleshlight, Man Grates, that straw that Glenn Beck kept touting where you can drink like puddle water and supposed to live. It's going to be something like that. Cash for
Tack
gold.
classes.
Yeah.
What's that shitty streaming service? I'm drawing a blank.
Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi.
Tubi. Oh boy. Yeah. We'll be on Tubi and Rumble.
That'd
We
be dope.
on Rumble today. I was trying to connect that. So maybe we'll
Will
have
that not happen?
up and
Yeah.
running next week. I got a failure message. So I'm the tech department, which is Scotty. We'll get
It's on
on
your face.
figure out what's going on.
We weren't right wing enough. It's fine.
Yeah, no, not so much. All right. On that note, Scotty, where do you find this goddamn monstrosity, which is not on Rumble right now?
Yeah, well, first of all, the YouTube, Let's Not Do This podcast, go like and subscribe. You should probably figure out a way to say that at the beginning, but I always forget. Follow us on pretty much every social platform at Let's Not Do This podcast or on X at _ Let's Not Do This.
Perfecto.
Can you
All
just
right.
leave the banner up for the next show at the beginning and just have that there?
We can do that.
Can you even like copy and paste this though? I don't see where I can grab it right now.
No, you just got to bring it in and bring it out. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. You just lasted longer than Chris.
That's what he said.
Good night.